for Portland at Chicago Stadium, but that is the way those players will try to match up against each other. They may not be able to get those kinds of numbers, but they should have that kind of import to their team.
No substitutions for either team. The double team on Cartwright. The foul is Kevin Duckworth.
I think with Cartwright, even though he's been a player that's been able to average 20 at some point during his career, during the season, at this point in his career, you want to make him prove that he's going to be an offensive hub and weapon when he gets that ball in the middle.
Scottie Pippen. Easy shot for Pippen. He's the number 2 scorer on the team at 16.5 a game, and the Bulls are up by 2, almost midway through the opening quarter. Kersey lost it inside, regained possession, can't score, but is fouled by Grant. No foul call.
Never really got control of the ball and put it down after he picked it up, so it's a turnover. Kersey and Pippen are a lot alike in the sense that they play on the edge. They like to take the ball to the basket. They're slashers, and so they'll pass up some good perimeter opportunities that could set things up for them to drive later.
John Paxson, Cartwright. Rolls inside, and the foul is called on Bill Cartwright for a push-off with the lead arm.
The song goes, when I was 17, I would have dunked that ball. As he comes across, he had to worry about Jerome Kersey, and he wipes him out, so he doesn't get a chance to shoot free throws.
It was a long time ago for Bill. He's now 32 in his 11th NBA season out of San Francisco. Buck Williams. And we are tied again. 13-13 with 5:20 to play. First quarter. Tied at all the 2-point stops since our first deadlock at 5. Jordan pressured by Clyde. Grant. Cartwright. Can't score, but will shoot 2. Fouled by Clyde Drexler. And that's the second foul on Clyde, and Portland's 15th foul.
Well, you'll see Jordan come in, makes the blind pass over the shoulder to Grant, an easy opportunity that he goes long on, and the ball comes inside. There's Cartwright, all kinds of hands reaching in, and Drexler's the number that they call.
One of the most unique free throw shooting styles in NBA annals. Always reminds me of a stork unwinding as he wakes up in the morning.
Well, Cartwright has been a guy that has shot free throws extremely well for a 7-footer. Has tied the record for consecutive numbers, shot better than 80, but his number is down right now. Kersey inside.
We'll try again, and persistence pays off for Jerome Kersey. And we're tied again, 15-15, with 4:50 left, first quarter. Jordan, marvelous move, can't finish. Cartwright puts it home. 17-15, Chicago on top, as Michael slid through the eye of the needle. Terry Porter, rebound Cartwright. Jordan. And Chicago leads by 4 for the first time.
Well, whenever the tongue goes out, you know some business is going to be done at the offensive end for somebody, and Jordan wagged the tongue, and Pippen played over the top, and they dropped it down for 2.
Third assist for Jordan.
The thing that you don't want to do against Chicago is just become impatient. They're going to give you chances to score. You got to make sure that you continue to get good looks. Duckworth gets 2. He's got 6 in the period.
3:50 left in the first. 19-17 Chicago. Grant makes it 21-17. Bulls up again by 4.
You saw them play against Seattle, and it was a high-scoring game there for Chicago in the first half. They finally broke down in the fourth period. Grant over the top. Buck Williams will go to the line.
We have our first substitution of the game. You see the first-round draft choice, B.J. Armstrong, in for Paxson.
Good strong drive for Kersey, just can't finish, and Buck Williams doing what he does best, sweep the board, gets fouled on the follow.
Second team foul on Chicago with 3:31 left in the quarter. Wayne Cooper at the scorer's bench will come in for Portland, and Kevin Duckworth will get a rest. Duck goes out with solid numbers. He has 6 points on 3 of 4 shooting and had 4 rebounds, Steve. Buck Williams brings Portland to within 2 at 21-19. Armstrong out of Iowa, where he played for Tom Davis. Blocked inside. Kersey. Drexler to Porter. Clyde. Long. Williams saves.
Well, he was reluctant to put that one up. He felt he wanted it earlier and didn't get it, but he was wide open. Porter trying to push inside, finds Kersey.
Portland back in a tie, 21-21, 2:45 left, quarter number 1. It's been a dandy opening period, and Chicago wants timeout. 2:42 left in the quarter. Portland, Chicago joining. Now in the ball game, Chicago, Stacey King wearing number 34. He's the first-round draft pick out of Oklahoma. Trailblazers have Danny Young wearing number 21 in for Porter. Armstrong slides around him and makes him pay. First basket for B.J. Armstrong. Bulls up by 2. Moving towards the 2-minute mark here in the opening panel.
Armstrong is so youthful looking in the face that, you look at him, and when he looks at you with those big eyes, it seems like he's in awe, and just the guy has to be here watching all of the stars play, but he's got some talent and his skill in his own right.
Jordan tries a little pick and roll with Stacey King. Ball is lost out of bounds, and the Blazers have a chance for the lead now at 1:50. Wayne Cooper. Portland 25, Chicago 23.
And you can see with a little patience that you're going to be able to get a good opportunity at the basket. So if you don't rush your chances, you'll get a good look. Jordan.
Cartwright rolls inside, draws the Blazer foul. Will go to the line and shoot a pair.
Whenever Cartwright has had his big scoring games, it's because he's been able to get to the free throw line. And he gets hit across the arm quite a bit because he leads with that ball, and he has that unusual style of bringing the arms way out and up, and he'll be fouled, I think it's by Wayne Cooper, and he goes to the line.
Another one of many NBA players who's had to fight through some real adversity with injury. There's another baby-faced gunner, Craig Hodges, one of the A's best sharpshooters, and Portland's first-round draft choice, Byron Irvin, wearing number 23, will give Clyde Drexler his first rest. This coming with 1:19 left in the quarter. Hodges replaced Michael Jordan. Cartwright makes 2. We are tied again, this time at 25. Byron Irvin. Irvin struggled with his shooting in the preseason, but he's been over 60% during the regular season. 27-25 Portland, 1 minute to go in the quarter.
Well, Stacey King is a guy that has the ability to score. They've yet to find the range. And that's another thing Chicago does a lot more now than they did in the past, is put the ball up to three-point field goal range. Kersey.
Irvin's shot blocked and turned away. Nice play by Scottie Pippen. B.J. Armstrong. Pippen. And we're tied again at 27. Many of you seeing the clock for the first time will notice this year the new NBA rule. Tenths of a second are displayed during the final minute of every quarter. Shot clock now at 10. Danny Young. Chicago lost the ball. And Kersey scored. Portland up by 2. 16 seconds to play. Shot clock is now off.
Kersey again doing what he does best, which is never quitting on a play to get Portland the 2-point advantage.
And no shot is gotten off in time. After one from the Coliseum. Portland 29, Chicago 27. Man who has never seen a shot he doesn't like. He's played 41 minutes. He's taken 20 shots.
Well, Will Perdue is a very good offensive player down at Vanderbilt. A lot of people were comparing him to Bill Walton with the hands that he has as King comes in, gets that one knocked away. Byron Irvin had stepped out of bounds before he caught the ball, so it goes back to Chicago.
All right, updating the lineups. In for Portland now, Wayne Cooper. Number 3, Cliff Robinson. He's the impressive young rookie out of Connecticut, along with Irvin, Young, and Jerome Kersey. Stacey King. Nice cut to B.J. Armstrong. And the Bulls tie the game again at 29. I'll tell you, we've had more ties in here than a quality men's store. Steele Hodges, and then threw it away.
We got some young players playing out on the floor. Both coaches allowing these players to grow and learn in critical stages of the game, which should benefit them as they look toward the tougher part of the season past the first of the year.
Irvin picked up the foul on the elbow as he tried the off-balance shot, and there he is. Looks like he's about 17 or 18. Here's a guy that just show up here in March and play in the AAA tournament. And there's Byron Irvin. I mean, these guys are the same age. Byron looks so much more mature. Blazers lead by 1.
Choice of words, mature, young. That English language that you use is tough.
Scottie Pippen scored. And we're tied again, 31-31. Blocked by Stacey King. Try again, Cliff Robinson.
Combination of will and good fortune got that one in. He looked like he wanted to dunk it, but was a little bit too far away, but somehow managed to get the ball in. Perdue.
The Will you were speaking about was not Mr. Perdue. Here's Will. He'll shoot. Oh, he lost the ball.
Danny Young spread the floor and thought he saw a teammate in the corner. Actually, it was a fan, so it turned out to be a turnover. Duckworth back in the ball game. Kersey will get his first breather.
And about a 5-minute rest for Kevin Duckworth. Craig Hodges directing traffic.
This is a lineup where they, with these two players out on the floor right now, they could probably get away with playing Duckworth and Cooper, not seeing either one of them pick up some quick fouls. King is yet to turn into the scoring machine that he should be. Will Perdue is more of a jump shooter.
Deadlocked at 33. Ball loose on the floor. Danny Young. And lost it out of bounds. Put it on the end line.
Danny's had a real tough ball game the last time out against Seattle, and trying to come back off of that, he may be pressing a little bit.
9.5 to go, first half. And Stacey King scores, and Chicago is up by 2. We've been tied 13 times.
I don't know, you got a record for number of ties in a ball game, because the way it's going tonight, you might break it. Cooper.
You guessed it, 35-35. 9:10 to go. No travel called, should have been, and Hodges gets the basket.
Hodges for 2, but Hodges primarily hangs around that three-point line and has become a specialist for the Chicago Bulls from long distance.
Robinson. Tough roll, but the long tip comes out to Young. Great play by Pippen. 10 points for Scottie Pippen. And it's 39-35 with Chicago leading by 4.
Now Scottie Pippen showing that hustle pays off as he's very aggressive in getting to the basketball, then drives it home with 2 hands over the top. Going to get the hook on Cliff Robinson. The arm went out, and it just pulled, and that's one of the things that he'll have to learn. Timeout, Rick Adelman and the Trailblazers.
8:36 to go, first half. Chicago leading by 4. Purdue.
Now you know why they wanted B.J. Armstrong so badly in that draft and were willing to make the deal with the Sonics. He's a guy that can score the ball and also set some other people up. Will Purdue gets an easy 2.
Purdue came into the game having made just 4 of 20 this year. He has 2 buckets tonight. 41-35, largest lead of the game for either team. Basket does not count. Foul had come earlier on B.J. Armstrong. That's the first foul of the quarter on either team.
Duckworth with good control and presence gets 2 against Stacey King.
Kevin now, 4 of 5 shooting. 41-37 Chicago.
King got 3 and didn't realize that Cooper wasn't around. They end up with nothing out of that attempt.
Irvin off of a strong drive. Substitutions, Terry Porter, Clyde Drexler come back into the lineup. So far, Michael Jordan still on the bench for Chicago, though he'll come in now. He's fought through the flu most of this week. That the reason for a longer rest tonight from Phil Jackson?
No, I think that both of these coaches are similar mind. When Jordan or Drexler is down, and it's not because of a game situation, they will rest the same player. So when Drexler came back in, that was Jordan's cue to get back in the ball game.
Will Purdue the rebound. Shot on the way and good by Charles Davis. Davis, in his 8th year out of Vanderbilt, a journeyman who's never scored more than 3 points a game in any of 7 NBA seasons.
The thing about Davis is he looks like the kind of player that could be more consistent at the offensive end, and he'll have some moments where he'll play extremely well, and then suddenly he'll disappear.
Well, almost incredibly, Steve, out of Chicago's 5 players on the floor now, 2 of them played at Vanderbilt. The Bulls are the only NBA team that could do that. 7 minutes left first half. Chicago by 6. Duckworth rolls inside, draws the foul. It's on Stacey King.
Well, Stacey King never saw a runaway train the size of Kevin Duckworth at Oklahoma, and you can see Duckworth just powering his way across, and that's a difficult part for a rookie. How do you keep a big hulk like that out away from the basket?
He's pondering that right now. Duckworth, a very solid start tonight. We had a long talk with Rick Adelman earlier in the week, trying to get a better perspective of his game and roll with the team. So far, it's paying dividends. He has 10 points, 4 rebounds. Kevin Duckworth, 43-39, Chicago by 4. 6:45 left in the half. He'll shoot. You bet. Cooper had the rebound, lost it to Chicago, but the ball belongs to Portland. Foul underneath.
Well, Purdue has a scorer's mentality, so he's going to look to put the ball in the air. Cooper couldn't get it the first time. It's Stacey King coming over the top.
Cliff Robinson, shot clock at 10. By Davis. A move out of the Michael Jordan handbook. It wouldn't fall, but it'll go to the line. The foul, Will Purdue.
These are the kinds of moves that will make a player 6'9", 6'10". a spectacular player, but sometimes will also make him much smaller than his dimension and begin to think he should play like somebody 6'5". He did the right thing that time by using the other side of the glass. Showed a great deal of flexibility and imagination getting that one up and getting to the line.
Perdue and King come out. Grant and Cartwright return. John Paxson also back in for Chicago. Cliff Robinson, a couple of points in the hopper, and it's 43-41. We move towards the midway mark in the second quarter. Grant, block, Robinson, deep, Drexler. We are tied again at 43. 6 minutes left in the second quarter.
It was just a question of catch the ball and push it out, as Drexler was already ahead of the pack, and you knew what the results would be as they come back to Jordan, knocked away by Drexler.
Drexler is coming off of a very strong game against Dale Ellis, held Ellis to 17. Beautiful play. Wonderful camera work to capture it. Glad to have you with us tonight. Hope you're enjoying it all here on Blazer Cable. Davis. Rebound, Cooper.
You want to run, but in order to run, you've got to get the ball. Good pass from Drexler.
And Portland regains the lead with an 8-point run. Timeout, Chicago. Blazers lead by 2. Well, we've seen Cliff Robinson spotlighted during part of the second quarter, and certainly during the run, Steve, I noticed even the East Coast press. 5:31 to go first half. Portland 45 and Chicago 43. You see Big Bill Cartwright up close and personal. Portland on an 8-point run.
Well, this ball game is similar to the ball game that the Bulls played in Chicago, where they shot the ball well and it seesawed back and forth, but they had the lead at the intermission.
Pippen, Cartwright. Tough roll against the double team. Rebound Cooper, and here's Terry. Rebound Grant. 5 minutes to go. First half, and Portland leading Chicago by 2. Blazers' largest lead was 5 at 5-0. Chicago's largest lead has been 6.
Little confusion by Jordan in Chicago, but he finds Cartwright right at the basket. That is the danger of double teaming someone who's willing to give the ball up. If a player rolls to the hoop, there's going to be a vacancy. Something then has to happen at the defensive end in terms of a quick reaction or a good play. Didn't happen. Cartwright at the line. Cooper picks up the foul.
Buck Williams ready to check in between free throws. In 1961, as Williams comes in and Cooper comes out. 28 years ago this week, Bob Pettit set an NBA record by going 19 for 19 in a game. Bill Cartwright and later Adrian Dantley, the only other two men ever to have done that.
The amazing thing about Cartwright's game is it's not like Malone or Olajuwon or Ewing as the Bulls pressure in the backcourt, but he still gets a lot of free throws.
We're tied at 45. Blazers beat the 10-second backcourt clock. And Robinson rolls it home. 8 points for Cliff Robinson in the quarter. What a spark he's given this team off the bench.
Looking for Cartwright on the box.
He lost the ball out of bounds.
He's mad at himself because he really was going to shoot it, and at the last minute decided to pass the ball. Grant was going to the glass. The ball went out of bounds.
Blazers shooting at 50%. Chicago at 54. Robinson 3 of 4 from the field. Duckworth 4 of 5.
This is what a run will do. It'll make you seem like your team has greater lead and command of the game than they do, as Duckworth looks to build on Portland's lead. Portland's only ahead by 2.
Pippen for Jordan. Blazers thought they had the steal. Drexler did, but Buck Williams is called for the foul. Let's watch.
Scottie Pippen wanted to try to get as deep as he could. Found Michael Jordan slicing across, and Buck Williams, having a good idea that it was too close for comfort, tried to knock the ball away, picked up the foul.
Second foul on Buck. Portland with 2 team fouls in the quarter, as you see Phil Jackson, journeyman forward with the New York Knicks.
Now, the thing that you'll note, when Jordan is kept off the line, then his big explosive nights are kept down. He may get a lot of field goals, but in order to score 40 and 50 points, you have to get to the free throw line. Bulls show pressure.
Drexler to Buck Williams. Through Buck's hands to Paxson. Chicago and Portland tied at 47. 3.5 left first half. Paxson. Buck Williams, rebound. Wonderful save from the sideline.
Duckworth has got Paxson on him if he can get free, but they don't see him. They find Robinson on the other side.
And showing that fine shooting range, he's banged in 10 in the quarter. The Blazers lead 49-47 with 3 to go. Grant. Horace Grant now with 6 points. It is his brother Harvey who is with the Washington Bullets, as many of you know. 2:40 to go in the half.
And of that twin set, I think that Horace got the most aggressive team.
Buck Williams, hammer it home. Williams has made all 3 of his shots. Portland up by 2.
See, Jordan is really not looking to score the ball yet himself. He's been trying to get everyone else involved in the fray. 10 seconds on the shot clock.
Cartwright takes it up with the left hand and now has a dozen. He is the leading scorer in the ball game. Bill Cartwright. For Portland, 10 for Duckworth and 10 for Cliff Robinson. 2 minutes to go in the quarter. Drexler rejected. Robinson inside and is fouled by Cartwright.
Well, Rick Adelman has that stunned look because Drexler was right at the basket. Looked like, if nothing else, the ball was either goaltended or he was fouled. And watch him come across, and he goes up. Right there, Cartwright gets it just before it comes down. So it turns out to be a real good play defensively for Cartwright and the Bulls.
Second foul on Cartwright. This to break the tie. Blazers at the line tonight. 12 for 12. Chicago, 9 of 9. Did it again. The old broadcast jinx. 52-51. Jordan for 3. Michael Jordan and Clyde Drexler, each with only 6 field goal attempts in the first half.
Jordan has maximized his so far. He's got 10 points for his 6 casts at the basket.
Duckworth.
Jordan from the rear.
First personal on Michael. Kersey will come back in. Cliff Robinson comes out. What about the frustration that Kevin's been going through early in the season?
It's like a hitting slump in baseball. You just have to fight your way through it, and if you have good presence, you're going to be out of it because he's got good offensive skill.
John Paxson. Chicago 56 and Portland 53. 1:20 left, second quarter. Terry Porter brings Portland within 1. Terry's first basket of the night. He made those three free throws at the very start, the technical and the 2, and that's it since then. Pippen.
Now those are the kinds of shots that cause Pippen's percentage to go down dramatically because it's in between, much like Jerome Kersey. So you got to have good shot selection in order to really score and be a threat consistently, and that's what they're both learning.
Duckworth hesitated a little bit, had it spin out. 40 seconds left, and again you see final minute of the quarter, tenths of a second also displayed on the game clock. Chicago leading by 1. Cartwright is fouled as the Blazers try and knock the ball away. It's Terry Porter's first foul and Portland's first team foul in the final 2 minutes of the quarter, so Chicago does not shoot.
Well, Porter thought he had a chance to surprise Cartwright, knock the ball out of his hand, just missed, but picked up the personal. Jordan
scores and is fouled.
What makes Jordan so dangerous? The ability to shoot over the top. Watch the pause. Buck Williams goes for that fake right there. That's going to allow deeper penetration, contact by Portland. They'll have a chance for a three-point play.
Drexler, strong rebound.
Kersey.
The basket counts. The foul is on a disbelieving Bill Cartwright.
This is what causes big guys to lose it. So I'm just standing right here. He barrels into him. Jerome Kersey gets rewarded for that effort, and we'll get to the line for a chance for 3.
Duckworth out. Cliff Robinson back in the lineup for Portland with 22 seconds left in the period. Foul was on Cartwright. He is the first player in the game to get a third personal foul.
Well, if he's going to get it, he couldn't have gotten it really at a better time. Just a shade more than 21 seconds left in the game.
Portland and Chicago tied at 58.
Portland showing their trap for the first time tonight.
King. 3.5 seconds. 3.5 seconds left in the quarter, tied at 58, and Portland with the ball.
But you got to be aware of how much time there is, and Portland will not get the ball up to it.
Yes! He did it! A 2-point basket, and it counts for Jerome Kersey, and he beat the buzzer. The teams go to the locker room. The Blazers lead by 2. Let's watch again.
Make a big fella run. The little ones will run as well, as John Paxson had an easy opportunity for Chicago. If the emphasis and similarities in the teams are the same, it's perhaps because the coaches come out of a similar era where Adelman and Phil Jackson were players that played roles but realized that everyone has to have a hand in the play, and the players have to really be the ones to decide what's going to happen. As you take a look at a marvelous reaction and scoring opportunity from Michael Jordan.
You'll see that on every newscast in the country tonight.
Well, Drexler comes right back with his own spinning move and didn't get a chance to go to the free throw line. Drexler did not have the success that Jordan did. Both were doing a good job against one another at the offensive end. Buck Williams with a good posting opportunity to score early. Jordan, again against the defense, misses. There is Cartwright with the follow, and Cartwright having one of his better games here in the early part of the season because he's been able to get into an offensive rhythm. Whenever the Bulls get the ball, they're looking to run. The court is open. Jordan, excellent off the pass, finds Scottie Pippen with 2 over the top. And who said big men don't find little men? Well, Porter's on the side over there after the return pass from Buck Williams, and he's forcing the penetration, but penetration will create opportunities if you're around the basket, and that's where you'll find Jerome Kersey a lot. Byron Irvin learned that you got to go up strong in the NBA in order to get the field goal up and down, and B.J. Armstrong finds Scottie Pippen on the other end, as the Bulls will look for as many running chances as you can get in a game. Danny Young short with that. You see 2 guys that almost play identical in their activity around the ball. That is Pippen and Kersey. Kersey may be the bigger competitor as you watch Cliff Robinson line drive that one in. Robinson had a strong second period for the Trailblazers. He's averaging 11 on the season, had 11 in the period. Scottie Pippen slams it home. Anytime a player can get a solo opportunity, He's going to make something happen for his team. Grant had a good look. Portland made a better defensive play, and Clyde Drexler got 2 as a result of it.
And that's a solo opportunity.
Portland got back into the ball game by being aware of the ball and then looking to score in transition. Seth Robinson, and you see his reaction as he gets to drive the nail. Again, penetration breaks down the defense of the Chicago Bulls, and Buck Williams powers his way in for 2. Now that's the definition of a power forward.
Now, does Kersey beat the buzzer? Yes, I think he does.
Well, it doesn't matter now. It's in. If your name is Jerome Kersey, you're better at the buzzer than anyone else.
Steve, let's go to you and around the NBA on tonight's NBA scoreboard. And the ball belongs to Portland. Our officials tonight, the lead official, Ed Rush, along with youngsters Greg Willard and Mike Costable.
Have you ever watched how officials do? They point to the direction, but they look at the other official. They're never sure until they get a confirmation. Portland gets it back, 17 on the shot clock.
Buck Williams. Rebound to Bill Cartwright, stolen by Kersey. Williams inside Cartwright with a save to duck score. 62-58 Portland, opening minute, 3rd quarter. Another hustle play by Buck Williams. Cartwright, fouled by Kevin Duckworth. 2nd foul on Kevin.
Well, Duckworth has done a good job of staying out of foul trouble right here. Cartwright comes across, and you'll see the knee come in. Just had to make one more slide with that foot. He would have had Cartwright under control and off balance.
John Paxson. Shot he made famous at Notre Dame. Paxson has 6, and it's 62-60.
Throughout his career, Paxson has been a reluctant offensive player. He's got great shooting ability, but hasn't looked at the hoop. Jackson convinced him to do more of it, and he scored better.
Duck doubled and finds the open Drexler. Scottie Pippen. Chicago with a basket that would tie the game again. And Paxson has it. Reinforcing the comments that Steve just made. 10:20 left, 3rd quarter, and here we are, tied for the 20th time.
Porter a little out of control, gets a good tap on it and a save for Portland.
Duckworth. 3-on-2 with Pippen in the middle.
Pippen had that one tipped by Buck Williams, and Portland will get it back.
Drexler and Williams with Buck hammering it home. And Chicago will take a 20-second timeout. 9:42 left. 3rd quarter, Blazers by 2.
See Buck Williams with a strong finish, and that's the authority that you want at the end of a break. And Phil Jackson is telling once he gets going, he dunks a lot.
And he's been one of the NBA's best rebounders of the decade through the 1980s. Blazers leading 64-62. Chicago looking to tie. Shot clock at 8. Paxson for 3. Porter. Bump foul, John Paxson. It is his 2nd personal. Only one man in the game with more than 2 fouls for either team, and that's Bill Cartwright, the Chicago center, who has 3.
That last effort by Portland defensively may have been their best defensive stand of the evening as they force Chicago to make the extra pass and they come over the top. We'll see if the Bulls can respond with their defense.
Side cleared for Porter, and he scores. 7 for Terry Porter. Portland leading by 4. 9 minutes left, 3rd quarter. Grant to Paxson, and returns the favor.
See what happens when you open the lane. You have a chance to return the ball to somebody if they cut down. Paxson, tough full shot. He's got 6 in the period. Buck Williams across the middle.
A dozen for Buck Williams. Portland by 4 at 68-64. 8.5 left, third quarter in a wonderful NBA basketball game. Hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have. Knocked away by Porter. Drexler deep with Pippen and Jordan. Ford scores!
That's when you have the glide, and you saw him make an adjustment as Jordan was right on his rear. Had he tried to dunk it, probably would have had it knocked away.
Blazers by 6, 8 minutes left, third quarter. Cartwright. 70-66.
Mr. Bill, after a year in Chicago, has adjusted and has become the center of prominence at the offensive end that they thought he would be. He's had a real strong night tonight.
Duck double, deflection, and Pippen comes away with the ball. Paxson. He's made 4 shots here in the third quarter. 8 points in the period. Statistician Stan Menashe shows me 4 for 5 on the shot chart in the quarter for Paxson.
Paxson's got 8 in the period, 12 on the ball game, but those are the kinds of shots that make him a more effective player, and you can see that kind of shot is just as good as a layup for him. Kersey.
Misses, rebound. Scottie Pippen. Chicago, a basket would tie. Paxson. Offensive rebound, Grant, and we're tied at 70. Horace Grant. Timeout called by Portland. 6:49 left, third quarter, and we're where we were when we started. Portland and Chicago in a 70-70 tie. G.I. Joe's Ticketmaster location. Buck Williams. Porter.
Trying to open things up for Duckworth.
Drexler finds him, and Kevin finds the twine. 15 tonight for Kevin Duckworth. And good shooting numbers, 6 of 10 from the field and half a dozen rebounds. Portland leads by 2. Paxson has had the hot hand in the quarter for Chicago. Shot clock at 10. Pippen.
That is a shot that Pippen can take and make when he stays under control. Good-looking play between himself and Grant.
6 minutes left, halfway through the third quarter. Deadlocked at 72. Drexler got Jordan in the air, solos and scores. 8 for Drexler, Blazers lead by 2. Paxson.
You hear the crowd say, ooh, who is that guy? But that is really his shot. It should have been taken it 3 years ago, and now he finally got a wake-up call.
Buck Williams. 7th rebound and 14th point for Buck Williams. Blazers by 2. 5.5 to go in the third quarter. Cartwright. Forces it up through Duckworth's defense, puts it in. Bill Cartwright has 16.
Why have all of these people been able to score as Drexler misses? They've been in solo situations a lot of the times. When you're not going against stacked defenses, you have a chance to get a good look at the hoop. You're going to get it up and down. Pippen.
And Grant finds himself wide open for the jam. He has 10. It's 78-76, Chicago by 2.
Pippen with a good look and a read and makes it easy for Grant to power down with 2 hands.
As Buck Williams had double teamed on Scottie.
Now you know why coaches are constantly sending someone at whoever has the ball, because when you're in a one-on-one situation, even the guy that's considered a floor scorer has a greater chance of getting it in. You'll see Buck Williams, offensive-minded, quick move inside to get to the line.
Blazers at the line tonight, 14 of 16. Chicago 9 of 10. This is the first free throw for either club in the third quarter. 4:35 left in the third. Williams has always been right around the 70% mark. He's at 71 this year, usually in the high 60s. It has not been a strong suit for him. But we are tied again. How many ties? Steve, that's number 25. And no, I do not know the NBA record for ties in a game.
Not the NBA record, your own personal record. And as long as you've been doing play-by-play, you keep these records, you must have some count.
And Paxson throws it away.
What you want to do is make the passer just a little bit tentative. That's what happened as Porter reached out in the passing lane. Paxson pushed it. They get a turnover.
Duckworth has the hook and makes it work. Side was cleared like the Lakers used to do for Kareem, and if he just spun back the other way, it was there, and he found it. 80-78. Blazers have scored 4 straight. We're at 3:45 left, third quarter.
Grant. Again, everyone's getting a chance to work one-on-one, and deep in the paint, Grant goes to work, gets 2. Got 6 in the period. Drexler.
Clyde now starting to warm up here in the third quarter. 6 in the period, 10 in the game. Blazers by 2. In transition, ball lost out of bounds, but belongs to Chicago. Wayne Cooper will come back in for the Blazers. He'll give Kevin Duckworth a rest. And a nice round of applause from the Coliseum faithful. Consecutive sellout number 535. Cartwright.
DeVille has it going tonight. It seems like anytime he gets it on the rim, it's got a chance to stay down.
Cartwright with 18. Tie number 27.
Lots of reactions of Jordan defensively. He almost made a steal and then popped out on Porter.
Kersey. Yes! Jerome finds the outside shot. A shot that has eluded him much of the early campaign. Portland up 84-82. 2:45 left, third quarter.
This situation, Jordan will go to work on his own as he gets the switch, but misses his shot.
Pippen.
Nice pass.
Horace Grant, 8 in the quarter, 14 in the game, 84-84. 2:22 left.
Where has Grant been hanging? Around that white paint, and that's where all the balls have been coming for him. He's gotten a high percentage of chances, scored on most of them. Buck Williams with a foul, which has been very few of here in this period.
We have a timeout with 2:12 left to go in the third quarter. Portland, Chicago, tied at 84, as did Phil Jackson.
Well, Jackson was there first, and Musselman came second, but they both somehow ended up in the same spot. The electric chair called the head coaching seat.
86-84. We're closing in on 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Neither team has led by more than 6 points. We've been tied 29 times. 2 minutes in the period. Here's B.J. Armstrong in during the last timeout to Stacey King, and lost the ball to Buck Williams. Stacey King get acquainted with one of the best and one of the toughest.
Well, Portland made a good defensive stop that time, and Chicago making the extra pass a little tentative. King slow to react. Buck Williams beat him to the ball. Now Portland seems to tighten up themselves in this possession, and you want to maintain your aggressiveness against any kind of pressure.
Shot clock at 3, and Drexler's three-pointer is on the money. Clyde's first three-pointer of the year. Portland by 5, 1:20 to go. 3 on the way, no good by Pippen. Armstrong. Porter knocked it away, and the ball belongs to Portland. Last time out, Trailblazers brought Cliff Robinson back into the ball game. So the Blazers now also bring in Danny Young, and Terry Porter will get a rest. Robinson came in and replaced Jerome Kersey. The Portland lineup: Wayne Cooper at center. The forwards, Cliff Robinson, Buck Williams, and the guards, the tandem of Drexler and Porter.
Even though the Bulls are down by 5, if you look at their efforts out on this road trip, they were ahead in Utah and lost with Drexler. Comes down on that elbow, but they lost by 1 at the buzzer after having a 7-point advantage. They play a hard game up in Seattle, and were leading it most of the way, and they've been in this one all of the way, near turnover. Drexler is out there.
As Robinson. largest lead of the game. Half a minute to go in the quarter. Shot clock, 11 ahead of the game clock.
So Portland has had that little defensive stand where they've gotten the Bulls to miss a few shots as Jordan draws a foul against Buck Williams and been able to get a little mini break. They lead by 7 with 20.7 seconds left in the period.
And Buck went for the Jordan fake. Michael leaned in. Michael Jordan at the line. Only a dozen tonight. Season average almost 35.
Well, the thing about number 23 is he can explode for plus 20 in a period to get to that average. He has not looked to put the ball in the air here in the third period of play. He's had exactly, I think, 2 attempts. So he did not look to score, but I'm sure Phil Jackson is going to tell him that.
There's Rick Adelman, who at one time played for the Chicago Bulls after his 3-year tenure with the Portland Trailblazers. 91-86. Shot clock is off. 12 left in the period.
They like for Drexler to be the man to create something in the situation. They get a near steal.
And that's it. We played 3 quarters at the Memorial Coliseum in Portland. And with 12 minutes to play, it's the Blazers 91 and the Chicago Bulls 86. Chicago in the third, 31-28.
Well, in the first half of play, Jordan and Drexler were identical almost in playing time, 18-23 to 18-32. Jordan sits down, Drexler stays out on the floor, but Portland has trouble inbounding the ball and will take a 20-second timeout.
Cliff Robinson called the timeout, and then Rick Adelman signaled from the bench, make it a 20, and that decision was made. Remember, our next Blazer cable game is coming up on Sunday night. We've got a sensational week of basketball here at the Coliseum. The Detroit Pistons, the world champions, will make their only Portland appearance of the year. And you can see it on Blazer Cable. Our pregame show, the NBA Report, starts at 6:30, and then game time will be at 7 o'clock. So hope you're going to be right where you are tonight, watching the ball game here from the Memorial Coliseum in the best seat in the house.
Right here at the top of the period would be an ideal chance as Portland tries to find Drexler for them to try to sneak away, build a little bit more of a lead. They push the ball out of bounds. B.J. Armstrong trying to find Craig Hodges.
Chicago is running a 4-man game as Cartwright had gone down on Drexler's attempted stuff and was sitting there with the Blazer dancers and photographers in the front row. Danny Young to Buck Williams.
Well, if Buck makes that one, you know it's his night, because that definitely was not his shot. Twice he turned down shots that he thought about taking that were a medium-range jump shot, then drove. Once you saw him go up and ballet, you knew he was in trouble. Now, those are the kinds of shots that your teammates never let you forget. He will hear about that one all season long.
Drying perspiration on the floor. Remember, Drexler still playing with that irritated bursa sac in the right elbow. And Jordan, his counterpart tonight, troubled by the flu throughout the week. Opening minute, 4th quarter. Williams on King and turned away. Rebound, Bill Cartwright. Armstrong to Hodges. Foul is called. Duckworth returns. And the foul is Wayne Cooper. Second personal foul on Wayne Cooper. And Buck Williams will get the rest. So again, we see that big front line tandem. Now though with Duckworth and Cliff Robinson. Plus Wayne Cooper. So 3 guys, 6'10" or above. Cartwright. So this is the biggest front line that Rick Adelman's put on the floor together all year long. 91-88, 3-point Blazer lead.
Well, we'll see how they respond. Drexler misses that one from deep, and Pippen with the rebound.
Pippen, the game's leading rebounder. That's his 13th board. B.J. Armstrong. Little guy now has 6 points. It's 91-90.
So instead of going the other way and building on the lead, they see it shrink to 1, and Portland will have to come back with a good hoop.
Chicago can regain the lead. Pippen. Rebound, Cliff Robinson. 10 minutes to play. A 1-point game. Danny Young.
That's what coaches lose it right there. You have a 3-on-2, you get nothing. They come back 3-on-3. The littlest guy out on the floor gets a hoop. Portland by 3.
Cartwright in isolation. Help for Duckworth. And the foul is called on Portland as Byron Irvin gets ready to check into the Portland lineup.
His third, second team foul.
Clyde Drexler, third personal foul.
Byron Evans replaces Drexler for Portland.
Clyde gets a rest. Remember, Jordan has been on the bench throughout this period. We have 9:38 to go, and here's Mr. Bill back at the line again. He's perfect at the stripe tonight, 6 of 6.
Well, Portland was ahead by 5 at the end of 3 and did not score for 2.5 minutes, and now they'll watch Cartwright try to close the gap.
He has 21, the game's leading scorer. Season average only 12. Chicago 92, and within 1 of the Blazers, who are sitting with 93. Duck with a series of offensive moves, able to draw the foul. It's Bill Cartwright, his 4th personal foul. Team fouls now even 2 on each squad.
Again, the reason for the success of the centers tonight at the offensive end is a lack of double team attention. And anytime you let a player with offensive abilities get into any kind of rhythm in the game, they're going to hurt you. Duckworth has had a strong performance, almost equal in terms of points scored tonight as his counterpart Cartwright.
All right, Trailblazers lead 95-92. Kevin Duckworth now with 19 points. That's Portland's team high. Got a young fan in Klamath Falls watching tonight, Joshua Travis. Joshua, your dad stopped by. Wanted to say hello to you. King scores 95-94. Blazers by 1. Moving towards 9 minutes left in the game.
And coaches hate it when the opponent is allowed to hang around because at any point you can experience a drought. The Trailblazers have not. That has been their Achilles heel during the course of this early part of the campaign, just going dead in the water. Robinson.
With the shot clock at 7, Cliff Robinson pulls the trigger. Irvin. Back-to-back baskets by the standout rookies. Fans are starting to love these young guys. 99-94. 8.5 to play.
Pippen lost it, got it back, lost it again. Young lost it. They get a foul against Danny Young. You'll see Pippen go on the floor, and you'll see why I say that he and Kersey are so much alike. They just compete. They got their noses on the ball a lot. They seem to come up with the play. Danny Young comes in. Looked like he had control of the ball, but the foul was called against him.
And with 8:23 to play, Michael Jordan returns. So does John Paxson. Paxson had a sharp-shooting third quarter.
Well, Jordan is going to play up front, which should be a tough matchup for Cliff Robinson. We'll see if he's equal to the task. Short.
Partially blocked by Robinson. Cliff deep. Pass too high for him and out of bounds. Blazers turn it over with 8 minutes to go in the game, leading by 5. Stacey King, Craig Hodges. Chicago elbow.
With each one of these possessions, the Blazer bench becomes more and more involved. First Terry Porter, then Buck Williams are all up shouting encouragement as the Trailblazers try to build on their lead.
The foul is the 5th on Bill Cartwright, so he will leave and Grant will return. So now King, Grant, Jordan the front line, Paxson, Hodges in backcourt. Rick Adelman still going with Cliff Robinson in that matchup with Michael Jordan.
Well, the Bulls trying to maximize their scoring ability with this unit out on the floor right now. Portland will have to make them pay by getting the ball to players like Cliff Robinson in position against Jordan where he can do some damage.
Scramble inside, should be a jump ball called. Here's Danny Young. Draws the foul. Stacey King who felt he had all ball. 3rd foul on Stacey King. Correction, 4th foul.
You see the scrum, and Grant throws it right to Danny Young. Young comes in, and the contact was underneath with the body. Tough 2 ball games for Danny Young. He's not played well tonight. Oregon, Seattle seems to just be a shade out of sync for some reason or another, having trouble controlling the ball. Gets both of the free throws.
4 points for Danny, all in the quarter. The Blazers have equaled their largest lead. You saw it on the screen. It came with 7:20 to play. Craig Hodges.
Hodges is not like Tuesday. Danny Young got up high for that rebound.
Hodges has not been a force tonight, only 1 basket. Blazers lose the ball to Horace Grant. 7 minutes to play. King and Cooper. Jordan. And the rebound to Wayne Cooper. Portland leading by 7 and could go up by 9, and Rick Adelman asking for timeout. Players don't see him.
Well, it won't matter if they score. If they miss, of course, the coach will say, be aware. And, he'll say, that's exactly the play I want.
Timeout, 6:28 to play. The Blazers lead the Bulls by 9. Blazers leading Chicago 103-94. Quickly to our screen, you see scoring in the quarter, and the Blazers have put 8 points on that pad now.
Well, Jackson told his team, fellas, what we need right now is a basket. We've got to have a good opportunity to score. They isolate Jordan.
And Michael scores. And quick correction on the last graphic. It is not 12-10 in the quarter. Blazers led by 5 starting the period. They now lead by 7. Michael Jordan, first basket in the second half. Steve, he has 16. Drexler with 13. 6 minutes to go in the game.
Now, with Jordan against Robinson, you got to make him pay for being in that position. They finally get the ball to Cliff. Jordan makes a couple of swipes, doesn't come up with it.
Here's Irvin. Can't score. Rebound, Horace Grant. Release, Paxson. Hodges. Still can't find the range. 5.5 minutes left. Blazers riding a 7-point cushion.
Looking for Duckworth against King. King does a good job of getting around in front.
Duckworth draws the foul from Stacey King. Substitutions for the Blazers. Reserves get a nice round of applause as Buck Williams, Clyde Drexler, and Terry Porter return to the lineup.
Now, Portland made a real good adjustment against King, who did a good job of fronting the initial opportunity. They swung the ball up top. Cliff Robinson looked in, fed him over the top. That's why Duckworth got to the free throw line. He has been money on the line tonight.
Scottie Pippen will come in for Chicago. Kevin 8 of 12 from the floor, 6 of 7 from the line, half a dozen rebounds, 22 points. 5:16 to play. 104-96. And here comes Bill Cartwright.
Phil Jackson realizing the Blazers are going for lockdown time as they come back with 4/5 of their starting unit. He brings back Cartwright, who's got the 5 fouls with 5 minutes left to play.
Duck misses the free throw, but it's only the Blazers' third missed free throw tonight in 26 tries. Far superior to what they've been doing at the line this year. Jordan. Tapped up and in. Bill Cartwright. Cartwright now with 24, and it's 104-98. We have 5 minutes to play. Shot clock at 10. At 5. At 2. And 2 for Kevin Duckworth. Duck now with 7 in the quarter and 24 in the game. Maybe the Big Duck is back.
Well, this is the kind of game that would restore his confidence as Jordan trying to go behind his back ends up getting tied up by Buck Williams.
106-98 Blazers. Leading by 8 with 4:26 left.
Tough move Jordan was trying to execute in traffic behind the back, lost control of it. That's when they go to the floor.
Deep, Terry Porter. Portland, 5-10. 9 assists for Clyde Drexler and 9 for Terry Porter.
They come back with a good play, and Cartwright just lost control of it. Drexler's on the wing.
Porter takes it home. Timeout Chicago. 3:56 to play. Blazers by 12. Portland leads. 3:56 to play at the Memorial Coliseum, and the Trailblazers leading Chicago 110-98.
Jordan, under the weather, sits down. It's rare that you will see him go down with 3:56 to go with his team down by 12. But again, we're talking about being early in the season. And the thing that you have to like about Phil Jackson is his willingness to make some adjustments, live with the loss if that happens, but to keep his team learning through the course of the season. Drexler.
Portland by 14, 3.5 to play. Will Perdue now back in for Chicago. Grant. 16 for Grant, and it's 112-100. 3:15 to play.
In a situation where we've seen tonight where both teams play well for most of the ball game, you're looking for that one stretch in the game where you get a breakdown. Portland got it, was able to capitalize on it, and now look like they have a safe lead to go home with. The first illegal defense we've had called tonight.
That's the second.
3:07 left in the game. Team fouls in the quarter. Portland 3, Chicago 4. Porter will shoot the tee. Phil Jackson, perhaps resigned to seeing his team drop to 5-5.
Not resigned, but he'll live with it if that happens to be the case.
Drexler now with 17 points and 10 assists, and the ball remains with Chicago, and Rick Adelman can't believe it. About as demonstrative as we've seen Rick all night long.
Well, you'll see the ball come up and looked as though it went right off the hands of Craig Hodges. Jack Haley's in the ball game, so that definitely means that it's over.
Great shot. There it is.
Haley who had the best statement I've heard in a long time. Me and Michael Jordan had a great game against Boston last year when Jordan got 50 plus.
Well, there were 10 other guys on the team that could have said the same thing. Purdue misses. Haley lost the rebound. And Charles Davis can't follow. So we have the foul call. It's on Terry Porter. Comes with 2:35 left, and the Blazers, having pushed out to their largest lead of the night now, riding a 15-point cushion. Wonderful ball game to watch, and barring a major miracle by Chicago's reserves, home fans are going to go home delighted. Armstrong. Haley. Rebound, Jerome Kersey.
Buck Williams trying to drive it home through Jack Haley. Misses. Come the Bulls back in transition.
Armstrong.
Will Purdue.
6 points for Purdue. 115-102. Inside 2 minutes to go.
Well, Rick Adelman, realizing that this game is over for his starting unit as well, clears his bench. We'll see if they get in the game. Drexler right at the basket, and they'll get a whistle against Craig Hodges.
Hodges handcuffed him over that right arm. Craig will be called for the foul. It'll put Clyde at the line for 2. And into the ball game, number 2, Mark Bryant. Number 23, Byron Irvin. Number 44, Drazen Petrovic. And number 50, Robert Reed. And listen and look at the applause for the Blazers starting 5. Byron Irvin waits on the bench. Clyde, of course, shooting. Drexler's first trip to the line tonight. $18 points for Clyde. And again, Stan mentions, and you saw on the graphic, 10 assists, game high.
Davis for 3.
And finds it. Charles Davis. It's 116-105. We come to the 1:30 mark. Minute and a half to go. Robert Reed. Robinson. Mark Bryant lost the ball. Armstrong. Rebound, Robert Reed. Drazen finds Drexler, and he is corralled by Hodges again.
Well, Hodges saw that he might have a chance to make a steal, and before he could make his move, Drexler did it first, and he will get fouled, and all that does is freeze Byron Irvin, who said, Clyde, would you get out of the game? Minute 12 left in the game, and you hate to be the guy sitting over there waiting for the free thrower to get out. Now, what would be really very nice of Clyde is to run over and foul somebody so Byron could get in the game. Drexler again, 1 of 2.
And there it is. Robert Reed fouls him, and the foul is for the benefit of Byron Irvin. Clyde Drexler will come out of the game. 19 points, 10 assists. And a warm smile and pat on the back from Rick Adelman. Michael Jordan at 16. B.J. Armstrong.
Was the penalty for 2 for Armstrong.
Minnesota took Pooh Richardson, lottery pick. If you had your choice, B.J. Armstrong, Pooh Richardson, who would you have taken?
B.J. Armstrong is playing. Who is not?
That could be the coach in Minnesota. Armstrong scores. 117-108. Final minute of the game.
I liked B.J. Armstrong for a long time, and I probably would have made the choice for him. Cliff Robinson scores.
17 for Cliff Robinson. His play off the bench in the second quarter was a big factor in this ball game. Davis for 3. Rebound, Robinson. 40 seconds. Blazers will go to 8-3. Chicago to 5-5. Drazen. 121-108. Haley.
Jack Haley.
Irvin finds Robinson. Reed and Bryant not scored. And Cliff stepped on the sideline. So, 13.7 left. And Portland by 11. Final 10 seconds. Haley. And the final score as the Portland Trailblazers defeat the Chicago Bulls. The Blazers 121, Chicago 110.
Some grocery stores want you to play the double coupon game. They deal what at first glance seems to be a pretty good hand.
Feel good ball game for 3 quarters for both teams, and it was a tight contest, and Portland had just a narrow advantage of 5 at that point and were able to build on the lead by looking for transition opportunities. Anytime both teams are playing well, you're playing for a stretch in the game where your opponent is going to have to shoot the ball against a tougher defense, make a few mistakes. You get a chance to stretch the lead, and then you try to maximize it as Drexler glides in for 2. Drexler had a strong third period after really a quiet first half. He had 9 to pick up his scoring. Good exchange between Grant and Paxson, and both teams all night long did a good job of keeping the middle open, allowing cutters to get a chance to get the return pass, go to the basket. Grant, strong effort on the board with the follow.
Paxson, Grant, and Cartwright carried Chicago in that third quarter as they combined for 26 points.
Those guys are guys that Phil Jackson wanted to get a chance to score more. Drexler swoops in traffic, goes down, thought he should have gotten a foul, comes away with nothing but 2 points. When we talk about players being effective, it's when they're in a one-on-one situation. Duckworth and Cartwright both got chances to do that, and they balanced each other out tonight as they both ended up with 24. Grant in a similar situation, one-on-one, deep in the paint, and that's where he was most effective in that third period of play as he came up with 8 points. Jerome Kersey with a nice controlled opportunity, and here's a guy for the last 2 ball games that struggled, comes back with a strong effort against Seattle, and then backs it up with another strong game. Good exchange between Jordan and Grant as he comes inside again. Grant likes it inside, and that's one of the reasons that coaches like him. He is not afraid to go into the paint and make some strong moves, which is a lot like in football, coming across the middle. Drexler with a 3-pointer, his first of the season, and a critical shot from Portland as they were trying to break away in that third period of play.
All this action coming during that third period. We went through a stretch with 29 ties and 16 lead changes.
Cliff Robinson is learning that if you run on the break, Drexler will find you. He gets an easy 2 over the top, one of Drexler's 10 assists on the night. Pippen with an exchange to Stacey King. King, of course, is a guy that scored so well at Oklahoma a year ago, and they hope he will be a scoring machine as he learns his way around the NBA. Duckworth waiting. This was supposed to be a timeout. We don't need it now. That's what the coach said. Nice play, Duck. You made my day. And Duckworth, who had been struggling, bounces back with a good effort. Jordan over the top against Cliff Robinson. Jordan didn't look to score that much, as Portland will score off of this jump ball situation. Drexler controls. Terry Porter is waiting down at the other end for the easy 2. The reactions of Porter and the Blazer dance girls tell you at this point, Portland has the game under control. Porter looking right here, decides to go on his own against the 2 men defensively. They never did challenge him, and he got all the way down in the paint. And at that point, Phil Jackson said this game is over and made mass substitutions, and Portland had it pretty much their own way as Drexler steps in and waltzes up the court to nail it down for 2 more.
One of the stars of Portland's win tonight was Buck Williams, and he's with Bill Schonely at center court in the Memorial Coliseum. Let's go to them now.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to our Blazers Scoreboard Show. Those of you on cable here in the Coliseum around our Trailblazer Radio Network, the great Pacific Northwest, would you welcome our guest, Buck Williams, right here. I said throughout the course of the broadcast, defense, defense, and that was the name of this game tonight.
Yes, Sean, it was the name of the game tonight. I think defensively we played very well in the exhibition season, and we're playing very well now. You know, some nights we don't shoot the ball extremely well, but we're scrappy, we play defense, and we're still able to win.
It was a team game, and everybody contributed in a very big way. You shot 57% for the game tonight as a team, and that's good. That's good to see. That's 2 games. Your shooting percentage has been outstanding.
Well, we feel that if we're shooting very well offensively, that's a plus because I know we're going to play the defense, and tonight everyone really got involved. I think Duckworth really was the key in the game. He came out early, established himself. We got him the basketball. He delivered. So I was very happy to see Duckworth involved in the offense and really doing what he does best.
The job you did on Michael Jordan tonight, in particular Clyde.
Yes, Clyde is a very good defensive player, and a lot of people really don't realize what a very good defensive player he is. And tonight he came out and played well. And I think when Clyde is into it defensively and playing as well as he played tonight, the sky's the limit as far as what we can attain this year. And hopefully we can continue getting that production from Clyde because he seems to be a very consistent player. And the rest of the players, such as Cliff Robertson and Byron Irving, if they can continue to come in off the bench and do what they do best, I'm really excited. I'm looking forward to it.
I know you're excited. We can tell. I want you to talk about Cliff. Now, here's a young kid that has come on. He scored 17 points, 11 of those in the second quarter. He was 7 for 8 from the field. He's very, very active.
Cliff I think, was a steal in the draft. I thought he was going a lot earlier in the first round, but he dropped to the second round for whatever reason, I don't know. But Portland management did a very good job of going out, seeing the talent and ability he had, and bring him in the fold. But he's a fine young man. He has a lot of talent. He's an exciting basketball player to watch, and I really enjoy playing with him because he's so active, and a lot of times he's going to tip the basketball to me and don't get those offensive boys. He's going to compliment my game.
The record now is 8-3. In your mind, assess that record.
Well, I'm excited. I mean, this is the first time in a long time that I got off to a good start such as this, and the team is very good, and I feel that if we can maintain a sort of winning streak we have and maintain that intensity, we're going to play extremely well. If we don't get into a rut where we maybe lose 3 or 4 games in a row and have to bounce back, we don't do well. So far, we've been able to win. Maybe if we drop a game, we've been able to come back the next night, and I think that's very important.
Now, I know you want to savor this fine win over the Chicago Ball Club, but your old team's coming in here on Friday night, New Jersey.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I kidded my ex-teammates for a long time what I would do to them if I had to play against them. So Friday's going to be a big game for me, and I'm looking forward to it.
All right, at 8.6 a game, 3rd in the league in blocks. And then, of course, all of the problems with his leg. The Trailblazers controlling the opening tip, and Kevin Duckworth breaks the seal.
Good way to start off if you're the Blazers at home. Not a great shot by Duckworth as far as selection is concerned, but hit the bottom.
Duckworth, who signed a $16 million 8-year contract. Is that amazing or what?
Guess he can shoot anytime he wants, any place on the floor.
Chris Morris, who has been having his problems from the floor, shooting 36% on the year. And an offensive foul on Terry Porter. Oh, they called it on Duckworth.
We have a car with its season edition of the engine running. License HTC.
So Lester Connor working in the backcourt. Lester, no stranger to these parts, from Oregon State. Working with Dennis Hobson. Hobson, the shooting guard. This is Charles Shackelford. Nowhere to go against Buck Williams. Should be interesting to see how those two do against each other.
Plus also the matchup with Drexler versus Hobson. Drexler shutting down Michael Jordan last time they played the Bulls with 16 points with Jordan, so keep an eye on Drexler with Hobson.
And no rebounds by Jordan that particular night. The Blazers have won 3 in a row, 4 out of 5, 4 straight at home. They're 6-1 at home. Oh, the rejection by Sam Bowie.
And a beautiful step off as Drexler came around the big screen with Duckworth, with Hobson trailing. Sam with nice timing to step across. Not a whole lot you can do if you're Hobson on that play except call for help, and that's what he did, and he got some.
Bowie is 6th in the league in blocks, 2.3 a game. 2-0 Portland. This is Drexler. Porter with the bomb. Able to beat the clock. He got it back.
Beautiful look away. Looked up the lane to Duckworth that time. Sam Bowie fell for that little head fake.
Terry Porter, who signed a long-term deal worth about $2 million a year. A lot of happy people on this Portland team. Bowie nowhere to go. Chris Morris.
And there's the difference. Chris not confident in his outside shot. Could have stepped right into that knowing and anticipating the ball was coming back.
The shot clock winds down, and that is it.
Good defense. That's what the Blazers have been doing all season long at the early